Hello crochet friends, welcome back. We're working on our cross. We ended last time with our left arm. Okay, so we've got that all done there. And now we're going to start with the border. This is going to be the part to give us a bit of a foundation to be able to work in. I'm continuing with the same color. So you can see we didn't fasten off right at the end, and I've kept that color there. So I'm going to stay with this, and we're going to work. I want to make sure we're going the right direction here. So this is the direction our cross goes. We're going to start working the under part of the left arm, and we're going to work around the whole piece, okay? So just so you have an idea of what direction we're going here. So I'm kind of turning the whole thing upside down to work the underside of this left arm. I'm going to chain 2 right here. So I'm going to yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2. And then I'm going to go to the point of the next shell, and I'm going to do a slip stitch, okay? So right here, enter, yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch. And I'm going to chain 2 again, chain 1, chain 2, okay? I'm going to go to the point area of the next one and give it a slip stitch, just like that. And what that's doing is it's giving us a place to be able to work the next round. So yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2 for your chain, and a slip stitch right there in the next one, okay? Now, we are at the middle part here. So when you get, oh, these little fuzzies. When you get to the end of your arm, and now we're going to work down the side. I'm going to try and turn it so you can see. So we're working right here. We're at the end of this shell, which was the first shell of our arm. We're going to connect that shell to the body over here. So I want to make sure that everyone can see it okay. All right, but that's a bit more of a distance, isn't it? So we're going to chain 3. So yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 3. Okay, so you've chained 3. Now you're going to go to the corner of the shell of the body. Give it a slip stitch, all right? Oh, I dropped it. I'm sorry. Hang on one more second. There we go. So much stuff going on here. Okay, so it made like this bar, right? And that's what we want. We're going to do that in all 4 of the corner joining areas. All right, so that is correct. That's what we want. Chain 2. 1, 2. Go into the next one. Up in the corner there. Giving it a slip stitch. Chain 2. 1, 2, and the next one. So it's a little different, right? You're like, oh, this is, I don't know. Yeah, it's a little different. But in order to have the proper foundation to work up the next part, this is what we need. This is what we need to do it, okay? So 1, 2, and the next one. Now, these are all slip stitches until we get to the bottom. Chain 2, going into the next one. Some of them, they go in so easy, some not so much. So just take your time. It's all good, right? Now chain 2, chain 1, and chain 2, okay? So now we're at that bottom. This is the beginning circle that we started this whole project with, right? So we're just going to work this, but here's what we're going to do. We have 2 single crochets that we're going to work in the single crochets. So that's the point of this. So we want to, at the bottom of this cross, we're going to single crochet 2 spaces from the last shell. So here's 1 and 2. So then we're going to go into number 3. And it's going to be tight and weird, and because this was like our beginning chain and circle. There we go. And yarn over and pull through. This is a single, this is a single crochet. I'm trying. There we go, I got it. Woohoo! Yay, single crochet. Okay, now we're going to single crochet all of these until there are 2 left on the other side. So that's how this is going to build up this end piece. But they might be tight like mine are, because I am the queen of tight crochet. Everyone has to have a title, right? That apparently is mine. Oh boy. Okay, so these are all single crochets. So see what I'm doing? So keep going around with these single crochets until you have two left at the very end there, okay? Here we go. Okay, this is my last one. Do you have two left there? Right, two little single crochets right there, right? Okay, excellent. Chain two, yarn over and pull through one, yarn over and pull through two. And then we're back at it again. We're gonna go into the next shell, give it a slip stitch. Just had to work our way around that. Chain one, chain two to the next shell. There we go. Slip stitch. Chain one, chain two. So I don't think it's super hard. It's just a little wonky in some spots. You know what I mean? So just take your time. Chain one, chain two. I've got fuzzies again. Where are they coming from? You would think I had a pet. I do not. Slip stitch. Chain one, chain two. Slip stitch. So we're working our way up to that next arm, right? Make sure I'm in the right spot. I'm trying to look at the whole cross, but it's getting a little floppy here. And I'm trying to see what I'm doing. Ah, no. Oh, yes, I have one more. I'm sorry. See? It's kind of all hanging funny on me. Get a little more yarn. This is my slip stitch. And then we're going to chain three. Chain one, two, and three. Okay, so chain three. Because we're at that little corner there again. And then join on the arm corner now, with a slip stitch. Okay. Oops, I lost a little piece. Got it. There we go. And now we're back to chaining two again, okay? So here's one, here's two, go in the end. Doing okay? Is it going all right? I know you can do this. This is, compared to doing the shells and everything, I feel like this is easier for you. I really hope it is, at least. So yeah, just take your time. It's all good. All right, there's a slip stitch. Now, when we get up to the shell here, there's my chain two, here's my slip stitch. Now, these were all double crochets, right? Because this is the end of our arm, right? The little end part of the arm, so the end of the shell. So on here, what we're going to do is, it's just going to be a little bit different, and that's okay. So we have all these double crochets. We want a single crochet in each double crochet, but then when we get to the chain, we want to do two single crochets. Okay, so go into each stitch and give it a single crochet. There's one. This is two. So see how it's going to build it up a little bit, right? 3 and 4. So there's one more right here. Nope, that's my chain. I'm sorry, because the first one was a chain. So 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. I apologize. And then single crochet each stitch this way. So there should be 4 this way. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then chain 2 again, because we're on the other side. Okay, so chain 1, chain 2. Chain 1, chain 2. There we go. So see, it builds it up nicely. Now, join again in your ends, okay, with your slip stitches. We're back to slip stitching now. Chain 1, chain 2, slip stitch. All right. So if you're just watching along and not working on your project right now, don't be overwhelmed. I mean, I think as you're doing it, it totally makes sense. You just take your time and keep going along. But I think it really makes sense once you get in there. Chain 1, chain 2, because I was kind of looking at the directions myself thinking, what exactly are we saying here? And a slip stitch. Now we're at another corner. Chain 3. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3. That was one of the things I was like, wait a minute, I don't understand that part, but once you do it, you're like, oh, well, yeah, sure, it has to reach all the way over there. That makes sense. All right, chain 2 now. Chain 1, chain 2, and we're going to slip stitch into here. Now we're working our way to the top, and we're going to do the same thing on the top, so slip stitch, as we did on the side of that arm. So chain 2, slip stitch in your end there, and then we're going to single crochet. Okay, just like we did on the other one. So single crochet. It's just building it up. It's making it have a little more substance to your project. It's giving you places to work your next stitches. Chain 2. I'm sorry, 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. 2 single crochets, no chain 2 there. 2 single crochets in the chain 2 space. All right, need a little more yarn, and then we're going to single crochet the next 4. So, not bad. Doing okay? 1, 2, 3. It's a little lengthy, this video, and I apologize, but I felt like we kind of needed to work through it together the best we can. Chain 2 and attach, okay? Just because it's a little different than what we normally do with going back and forth on rows and everything. Chain 2. So I don't know. I thought it'd be better to have the video with the full everything. So if you had any troubles, you'd have a reference, right? Okay, so now I'm back at that corner part. We're going to call it a corner, I guess, of the cross there. So chain 3. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of like an inside corner, right? So it's a chain 3, and we slip stitch to the arm. This is the arm now. Okay. Chain 2. 1, 2. Slip stitch to the next shell. Chain 2. Slip stitch to the next shell. Some of them go so easily for me, and others are like, nope, not having it. Slip stitch, chain 2, 1, 2. And now this is our outer corner of the arm, right? The outer piece. Single crochet each stitch, okay? All tangled up, I'm sorry. But single crochet to your chain space. There we go. Whew. Okay. There's 1. Here's 2. And 3. 2 in the chain space. 1 and 2. 4 down the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now, if you are doing the outer border, the final border, in the same color, don't fasten off. Just leave it right there. But I'm going to change my color. So I will be fastening off this and tucking it in. So right now, it's a little stretched and curly and weird, and that will all change. It'll be okay. Once we get the outer border on, it's going to be so pretty. And if you're using thread, or I think even this DK, I probably could give it an extremely light pressing if I decide later on that, like, I feel like it's too curly or whatever. It is going to be in a book. But for presentation, you want it to be nice and flat and pretty, right? So that gives us our foundation chain to work on. And we're good to go. The next time we meet up, we'll work on that decorative part, and we'll be done. Like, we'll just have to put our little tassel on. It'll be easy peasy. So we'll see you next time. Thank you, and have a joyful day.